Hello friends, my name is Hameed. Today I am working on this Electrolux range, replacing this triple element on the front right hand side. The customer's complaint was that the element would not work. You only replace this part if the element is broken, if half of the element is working, if the element is overheating, or if it's completely dead. When the element goes dead or it's overheating, it does not mean that the element or the burner is the problem. It could be the switch too, but I confirmed this a couple days ago that the element needed to be replaced, and I'm going to replace it today and show you how to do this. At the end of the video, I'm also going to provide you the part number for this part. On this unit, when you open the bottom drawer, the model and serial number is located right here. EI30EF4CQSF. That's the model, and the serial number is at the bottom. Anytime you want to order the correct part, you need the model number. In order to replace this element, we're gonna remove the oven from its place by using a sheet in the front feet to make sure we don't scratch the floor. And then once the sheet is under the oven, you can open the door and kind of pull it out. And the next thing we're going to do is we will unplug the unit. When you unplug it, do not hold it like this or like that. Hold it from here and from the bottom like that, and wiggle it back and forth. See, back and forth, it's very easy. If you pull it out straight, you're gonna spend a lot of time and effort. It's not gonna come off, but if you kind of wiggle it back and forth, it comes easy. Once the unit is out, we want to use a 1/4 inch 1x4 drill bit to open these screws. In total, we're gonna remove 7 screws. There's 5 of them. The 1/4 inch, which is about 1x4, and then there's 2 screws that goes on the sides there, Phillips, and then this panel comes loose like that. You don't have to remove this panel completely, but have it loose like this. And then after this, we're gonna push the stove back and work on it from the front. You push the stove back in, do not plug it in, keep it unplugged, and open the door and work on it from the bottom of the control panel. At the bottom of this control panel, we got a couple of screws to remove. We got this one. There's one right here. If possible, when you remove these screws, put a small towel here in case if they fall down. This screw can fall down and go at the back of this door, at the back of this panel, and then it's going to be hard for you to remove it back. So just be careful to not drop the screws, or you can just put a small towel here to keep the screws safe. Once you remove those 2 screws, you will be able to remove this panel. Keep the door open. Keep the door open, and you lift up the panel and lift it up, just like that. See, you can even leave it like this if you want. See the way it looks. The next part we're going to do is we will remove 2 more screws. We're going to remove 2 more screws, 1/4 inch here that holds the front glass in place, or the top glass. Another one here. And I'm gonna point out something for you before you order your part. If your unit is over 5 years old, please order this gasket, because this gasket also breaks and deteriorates over time. So if you're replacing any of the components or parts here or here, when you remove this control panel, you order this gasket too and replace it. And it's not very expensive. The next part is, now you can see everything is in front of you. You hold it from the front, you can lift up the whole cooktop. See the way the cooktop is? Now there's 2 ways you can replace this. One, you can ask someone to hold this for you and then you can work on it from there. But the easiest way is to remove the whole cooktop from the top and work on it like that. So what I'm gonna do is, I will disconnect the wires from here. There's one connector here. There's one connector here that I'm gonna open. It has only 1 tab. You press on the tab, it gets disconnected. The same thing here. There's another connector. You see this 1 tab only. You press on it with your finger or flat screwdriver, push it back, and then you can disconnect it. And now the whole cooktop comes out. Thank you. And I will lift it up. So the way the top of the stove looks, if you get the feeling that your fan is old or it has some garbage and debris buildup, you may also want to remove and clean it. If this unit is over 10 years, then yes, you really have to remove the fan and clean it, and I'll teach you how to do this. I'm not going to do this today because the fan looks good and okay, but if the customer wanted to clean it while I'm doing that, he can also clean this. So the way you're going to remove this fan is you hold it from the top here and spin it. You have to kind of spin it back and forth. It's not easy, but you will get it out. So I'll show you what's happening here. You see these steel tabs, they kind of go here, all of them. Well, I got like 5 of them, and they all let me pull the fan out first. All of those steel pieces, they go underneath here, underneath here, underneath here. So the fan seems okay here, but the back of the fan is not okay. I got some debris built up there, you see. The customer will be able to use a toothbrush or any kind of baby ball or brush to clean it. If the unit is over 10 years, you're gonna have a lot of dust and debris here. If the unit is over 10 years, you're gonna have a lot of dust and debris, and then you have to clean it. And I'm gonna show you how it looks here. See, it needs cleanup. Also, be careful to not break these connectors from the fan itself. To make your job easier, what you can do is just disconnect it. You have to hold it from another side. Again, hold it, move it back and forth. Here, the whole fan comes out, and you can give it to your customer to clean it while you're working on the burner or element. Do you want to clean it?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. You can clean it by inserting stuff from here. By cleaning this fan in an easy way, you have to insert your toothbrush from here, hold it in your hand, keep it spinning, and then clean it like that. And the same thing, you can clean it from the top. Here, thank you. And this is the way the cooktop looks. I put it on the countertop. You can use a moving blanket or just a towel from a customer to make sure you don't scratch the glass or damage the countertop. And the way the electrical wires are looking on the element, these two are the sensor wires, and of course the whole element is being held with this piece of rod or a piece of steel that's holding it in place here, and I'm going to replace it. So in order to remove the element, we're not going to remove the element. The first thing we're going to do is we have to use a flat screwdriver to pry these connectors out, just like that. The third one. You can also put your flat screwdriver and tap it from the back. You can tap it, and the same thing, these sensors kind of have to go like this. Please take pictures before you do anything. As you can see, pink, purple, brown. Always take pictures. And even if you keep it in order like this, you're still going to be on the safe side. These sensors wires, it doesn't matter if the white goes here or the black one goes there, you're completely fine. And now, in order to remove the element, you see the way it looks here? The way it looks, it goes underneath here. See, you want to kind of push this down. You want to push this down and bring this out, so that way it will get out. And to make your job easier, you can always use a screwdriver, kind of push it, and then I have to pull. The easiest way to do this one is to do it from this side, and so here you go, I'm gonna push down on it. See, when I push down on it, I can remove it like that. Here. And then keep this on the side. Grab your new element. You want to hold it at the same exact position. It goes right there. So lift this old one up. Put the new one down. If you forgot the position of the element, how it goes, you can always mark it down. So for example, you can get a Sharpie, add it here, and then that way you know that you can reposition the element. The easiest way is to mark it down here, or you see the glass opening here. I got the metal piece here, the cutout, and then we got glass. So you want to make sure you turn the element closer to the glass area. See, you want this element to cover the glass area right here, from here to here. And now you can add your wires. Before you add your wires, it's better to secure the element. That way, when you're reinserting or reinstalling your electrical wires, the element will not move back and forth. So the easiest way is to just follow the same procedure in reverse. I have a camera in my hand here, so it's a little bit hard for me to use one hand to push this, but I'm gonna put the camera down and show you how it's being done here again. You hold it down with one hand, and then with other hand you bring this piece out, and now you can add your electrical wires, the sensor wires. Remember, if you see any of the wires burnt out here, please replace the connector on it, because if you don't replace the connector, it's gonna burn the element pin, and then you have to replace the element again. You also want to make sure that these wires that you're reinstalling back in, the connectors are not loose. If it's a little bit loose, it's okay, but you don't want it to be completely loose. And just to be on the safe side, since the whole unit is open apart, the cooktop is in front of you, double check the wires on these other elements to make sure you don't have any loose connection. The same thing here. Everything seems solid and clean here. Looks good. Now we can reinstall this back in and there. So here, the fan looks brand new now. See how nice he cleaned it? Thank you so much. Looks good. To reinstall your fan in, again, the position of the fan is important because we got electrical wires here. To reinstall the fan back in, you keep your wires on the side. Push them on the side here. You cannot install the fan in any position you want. You install it only in a position where the wires are facing this way. If it's a little bit different, if it's this way or that way, it's not a big deal, but you do not want it installed that way. So keep playing around with it. Make sure all of these tabs are sitting in place. And then after that, you can use one hand to twist it like that. It just sits in place. Or two hands. Also be careful when you're reinstalling the fan back in, you can break these pins. So do not force it like this. I would say put most of the force in this steel area, not in these pins. And then again, not important which wire goes where, because this is 120 volts and it only goes one way. You can reinstall it like this, or you can reinstall it like that. It's not going to make a difference. You're completely on the safe side. Again, double check, make sure these wires are not very loose. It's a little bit loose, it's okay, but you do not want it too much loose. The same thing, check these wires. Everything seems okay. Now you can bring your cooktop back in and reinstall it. Thank you so much. Let me see. Yeah, I think we are good. These two plugs, they're both different, so you cannot add the wrong plug in the wrong place. They only go one way. Just make sure it makes that thick noise so you know that it's squeezed in and it's pushed in properly. Thank you so much. And you can just reinstall it back in. Go slowly. The way that it looks from the back, we wanna make sure that when you reinstall the cooktop back in here, I'm gonna show you. You have to kind of lift it up, push it to the back, reinstall it there, and then after that your front will line up. See this front here? It's a little bit out. Also remember, you're gonna damage the wires if you're not careful here. So if you look down, the wires are between the glass and here. You don't want it. You want to make sure that the wires are going in. You can lift up the glass, adjust your wire to that whole area, and if you're scared or if you don't feel confident that you can do this, or if you think you're going to forget this, before even removing the glass, tape this here. Just put a piece of tape here, put a piece of tape here. When you reinstall your glass back in, you're not going to make that mistake by damaging the wires here. You will not even damage the wire, but what's going to happen is you will have a very hard time reinstalling the glass properly. These screws will not line up. There's so many problems you can get. So see now, because all the screws are missing from the back and front that I removed it, the glass is kind of flexible. You can play back and forth. See, you kind of have to pull it towards the front and add your 1/4 inch screws. There's one screw right here. I'm also gonna teach you how to reinstall this front console or the control panel back into the top of the glass, and then after that I'm gonna stop my video because the rest of the stuff is easy. You can do everything properly and reverse. So first of all, you want to make sure that this gasket is sealing good. As I mentioned before, it's better to replace this gasket after 5 years. To reinstall the control panel back in, you see this opening here. It goes at the back of this gasket, and this side goes right here. This bottom piece goes on top here, not from the bottom, it goes on top here, and I'm gonna show you how it's being done. Again, I'm gonna mention to double check your door gasket. Again, I'm gonna mention double check this gasket to make sure it's good and sealed. It's not wrinkly or it's not damaged. Hold your control from the top. You also want to make sure that the wires are in place. See from here. Just like that. And then you can push it down. We're gonna add our screws back in. There's one screw here. Another one is right here. I also mentioned to tell you that when you reinstall this panel, you also have to be careful with electrical wires, because sometimes you can also get the wires coming under this panel, and as you can see, there is actually wires here. This is not good. So what you can do is you can use a flat screwdriver or crowbar, something like this. Where you see the wires, first of all, before you add your screws back in, push the wire back. But if you forgot and you added the screws, you can always push the wires back in like that. Don't force it, you're gonna scratch and damage the wire, but it seems okay now. It was just a little bit out. Since you're removing the stove from its place, while the stove is out, you can also clean the back. It looks good. Because how often do you pull the stove out to clean that area, right? So you only pull it out if you have to do some cleaning. Now we can turn on the element. How is this? It's low. When you replace the element, you can play around and turn on all the element coils on it. There's a middle one, a center one, and then the outer one. The customer originally thought, how do you talk? He thought that maybe the element is not looking the way it's supposed to, because the inside and outside was looking more brighter. The inside and outside was looking more brighter compared to the middle one. But I replaced this element for the second time just to make sure that we are not confused here, or maybe we didn't receive the wrong part, and that's how I decided to make a video on this unit. So you will always see a little bit of difference. The center outer is gonna look kind of the same, the middle is gonna look a little bit lower, and if you let it set for maybe longer, you may see less difference. Once you install the broken element, please try all of these burners and elements to make sure everything is working, because sometimes by mistake you can knock off one of the wires and it will also cause issues. So I can see everything seems okay here, except this is the warming zone. And you also want to make sure that it goes to lower setting. If you go lower, it should go off, or it should go low. It should go off, or it should go low, and then it should cycle back. If it's staying solid hot and you have it on low, then that means again you may have a bad switch or you may have a bad element. At this moment everything seems okay. I'm gonna go lower. And one more part I forgot to mention, that if you install your element and now your switch is not working the way it's supposed to, you want the center element to come on, but when you select the center element, and instead of center element, the outer comes on, then that means you have to remove your glass back again, change the position of the wires, and then that will also make a difference. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hameed Appliances Repair. Please do not phone me if you're not living in Manitoba, Winnipeg. If you're living in the USA or different cities of Canada, you can always comment at the bottom of my video and I'll get back to you, because recently I've been receiving a lot of phone calls and emails. The email goes straight to our management and they will always direct you back to the YouTube. It's a waste of your time by emailing us. And at the same time, if it's very emergency, yes, you can call me. Otherwise, please always write down a comment at the bottom of my video and I am very quick on replying back. Thank you so much.